Okay, now this is the recording for page 4, talking about the alternatives. Alternatives. You need to generate exclusive alternatives that address the problem facing the firm. Try to integrate the findings from the external and internal analysis to suggest specific alternatives. So remember, generally generate mutually exclusive alternatives that address the problem facing the firm. Try to generate findings, integrate the findings from the external and internal analysis to suggest specific alternatives. The alternatives should be at the strategic level, and you can use these levels as alternatives. So it can be at a business level strategy, at a business level, or at a corporate level. At a business level, you have 5 different ways to overcome the problem. Probably it is a merger, it can be an acquisition, it can be a takeover, not recommended, it can be a strategic alliance, or restructuring. So for the business level strategies, staying in the same business and grow by internal growth, alliances or mergers and acquisitions. Business level strategy, staying in the same business and grow by internal growth, alliances, or mergers, acquisitions. The changes will be for the business level strategies. So we have 5. Let's define these 5 different things. Merger, join as equals. The acquisition would be buying 100% of the other. Third, takeover is an unfriendly acquisition. 4 is the strategic alliance. A strategic alliance is a partnership that creates competitive advantage. And here we have some reasons for acquisitions. So we have seven different reasons to acquire another firm. The first is increased market power. That's one reason. Overcome barriers of entry. Remember how difficult it is when some industries have high barriers to entry. One way to overcome the barrier to entry is by an acquisition. Lower cost and risk of new product development. 4, increased speed to market. So this is very quick. It is really faster than developing the products or carrying on research and development. 5, increasing diversification and competitive scope. Learn and develop new capabilities. 7, reshape the firm's competitive scope. Some problems that can arise are integration difficulties. 2, inadequate evaluation of the target. 3, large debt. 4, inability to achieve synergy. 5, too much diversification. 6, managers overly focused on acquisition. 7, too large. The industry or the firm can become too large. So integration difficulties, culture clash, inadequate evaluation of target. The firm needs money, so large debt. It can arise in inability to achieve synergy. Too much diversification. Remember, acquisitions come with diversification. Managers overly focused on acquisition, so they don't care about the main business anymore. It can become too large. For the restructuring, we have downsizing, downscoping. So closing non-core business, leveraged buyout, one party buys all sets to take the firm private. Leveraged buyout, one party buys all assets to take the firm private. B, now corporate level strategies, diversifying to different industries, related, upstream or downstream, or unrelated to totally different businesses. Diversification can also be achieved by internal growth, alliances, or mergers and acquisitions. Internal strategies, internal expansion can be achieved by internal growth, alliances, or mergers and acquisitions. Modes of market entry, exporting, licensing, strategic acquisition, or new wholly owned subsidiary. And you do not need to use three levels all the time, the corporate level or the business level. I mean, here you don't need to use even the international strategy. You just use what can solve the problem in the case. These three levels can be used and must not be used, and not must be used. The number of alternatives is 3. You need also to evaluate and present the pros and cons of each alternative. And finally, the recommendation is, why is this alternative the most appropriate? Briefly explain how the firm should implement the recommendation and state any relevant tactics that may help applying the recommended strategy. Okay, this is all. Thank you for listening.